Okay, I'm Heather Stokes. I am a reader at St John's Church in Heaven and have been there for about 20 years now. My husband's also a reader. We both trained together many years ago. My journey to readership is probably very similar to everybody else's. I grew up in a Christian household. My whole family went to church. I'm one of 7 kids. So I grew up going to church, and that was a natural part of our life. Sang in the choir, taught Sunday school, but I always felt that there was something more for me to do. And then I went to uni. I met my husband up here and stayed up here because it's an amazing place to be, and this is where he's from. And we, as part of kind of getting married, he was challenged about faith because we went to an evangelical church which was around the corner from where we moved to, and the vicar actually challenged us about me being a Christian, him not, and said, okay, so why are you getting married then? And that really made us think, and made him think in particular, because he'd never been challenged about faith and about whether that was an important part of his life or not. So after a little while, he became a Christian, and we both felt that there had to be more than just going and singing on a Sunday and, reading the Bible and praying, that we wanted to be involved in a deeper way. So we explored reader ministry first of all, and found that it answered all the need that we had to serve and the need that we had to fulfill whatever calling God was placing on our life. We did look at further ministry, but reader ministry has something very unique. It has something really special about it, because you can be a Christian in the midst of wherever you're working, and you can have the most amazing conversations with your staff team or the people you grow close to in your workplace, but not have the dog collar on and not be at the forefront of ministry. You can be a Christian and just dedicated to being a Christian and living out a Christian life. So I'm a teacher and I work with kids with behaviour. So I work with the kids have been excluded, often permanently, from local schools. And it is the most amazing job to do. It is wonderful. It's hard, but it's brilliant. And that always felt where I was supposed to be. But I also needed to follow a vocation in church. So reader ministry allows me to do both, which is brilliant. So we both trained as readers, over about 25 years ago, and have been practicing ever since. And our ministries both look very different. Reader ministry allows you to dip your toes into every angle. You can lead Bible studies, you can do children's work, you can do pastoral, you can do head of evangelism weeks or outreach, and you can also preach and teach. And I think that's where we feel the most comfortable. We love preaching and we love leading services, and we love that sense of sharing faith and getting deeper into the Bible with those in our Bible study groups. And at St John's we're allowed to do all of that, and that feels so good. And we've got other people that we know and care deeply about who are also training as readers, and that's fantastic because they're very different from us and they'll bring a different flavour to reader ministry. I've felt over the last few years that ordination was very definitely not something I wanted, because I always thought it would be. But actually readership and reader training and reader ministry and the ongoing training that you can have fulfills everything I feel I need to be able to be a witnessing Christian in heaven, in Gateshead where I work, and in the North East. Readership's for everybody. It's for anyone who feels a calling in their heart to explore a ministry that allows you to be one of the congregations, but at the same time to lead and to draw closer to people at work and at church and help them to explore their faith, whether that's coming alongside them in a pastoral sense, or praying for somebody, or leading a Bible study group, or preaching and teaching and leading from the front. That's all under the reader umbrella, and it's a great place to be, and it's a great thing to do.